Right now, expectant mothers all over Florida sign away some of their rights without realizing it. It was all part of a program to help families pay for medical bills after their baby was injured during birth. And at the same time, it helped keep doctors' malpractice insurance low. CBS 12 News investigates. Nyela Charles exposes how now, 30 years later, the program is hurting some families.
Ashley Grant was like most expecting mothers.
So what did you want?
A happy, healthy baby.
But that didn't happen. During labor, the baby's heart rate dropped.
They all immediately rushed into the room and they were ripping my bed off the wall to bring me into the OR.
Her doctor performed an emergency C-section. Ashley's daughter, Brooklyn, barely survived.
I didn't want to grow up with, or have my daughter grow up with all the difficulties that she has.
Brooklyn was born with a neurological injury that severely restricts her physical ability.
Good girl.
In this video, she's 5 and has trouble crawling and sitting up by herself, while her 2-year-old sister is already running, and doctors don't know if Brooklyn will ever walk.
Everything comes with a difficulty. She can't feed herself. I don't even know. I don't know what a typical 5-year-old does that she's actually able to do.
The Grant family hired an attorney and sued the hospital and doctor that delivered Brooklyn. The lawsuit claims for more than an hour there were multiple signs Brooklyn's heart rate was going down and claims the hospital staff significantly delayed performing the C-section, causing severe permanent injuries.
My daughter, that for the rest of her life has to deal with consequences from someone else's actions.
But that lawsuit hit a roadblock. A judge says the Grants can't pursue a lawsuit because Ashley gave birth at a hospital protected by the Florida Birth-Related Neurological Injury Compensation Association, or NICA for short. In fact, every hospital in Florida that delivers babies has the same protection.
I had a stack of papers that was given to me when I was admitted into the hospital.
Did your doctor give you any indication that something like NICA existed before labor?
Mm-mm.
Once signed, the injured baby is enrolled in NICA, and just like that, mother and child can no longer hold their doctors or hospital liable. Instead, they get a maximum one-time payout of $100,000.
We're Brooklyn. Did Brooklyn!
Ashley
says that's not enough.
The chair that she's sitting in right now is a 10th of the payout that they give, and she's 5. I want her to have what she needs through NICA. That's not going to happen.
CBS 12 Investigates discovered it's been almost 30 years since the program started, and it has never adjusted its payout for inflation.
I think $100,000 for the loss of enjoyment of life, for the pain and suffering, for the disability, for the disfigurement that a young child goes through over an 80-something year life period was wholly inadequate back in 1988, does nothing to really meet the needs of these families.
Kenny Shipley is the vice president of NICA.
Why hasn't that cash award been adjusted for inflation since it was created in 1989?
We haven't. Nobody has tried to do that. We've talked about it several times, but part of the issue is trying to get a change in the law.
Shipley says because NICA is publicly funded, any changes would have to be done by the state legislature.
Yeah, $100,000 now is not as much as it used to be.
Where's letter U?
The only person that's, hurting the most are the children.
Oh my goodness, you're so smart.
Okay.
Families in NICA can ask for extra money for related issues, but NICA requires them to file a claim every time for every item, and it's only if it's not covered by their private insurance. Virginia is the only other state that has a NICA-type program in place. Nyela Charles, CBS 12 News investigates.